Hey y'all, welcome to episode 203 of Consignment Chats, where today we're going to talk about learning together about that platform called Etsy and about how we're learning about it in our group. But before we get into all of that good information that we want to share, I want to find out what's been going on in your reselling world, ladies. Any good things to tell us about this week? Come on. Tell me
busy.
about it.
It's busy. I'm happy. But it's been like this. My sales day to day look like a flipping heart attack graph.
Hey y'all, welcome to Consignment Chats. This is Molly, and I'll be joined by my co-hosts Libby and Samantha.
It looks like the store is having a heart attack. So it is not consistent on a day-to-day basis, but like weekly, it's pretty nice. Yeah.
All right.
I agree. These are the numbers we used to have, so that is good. But yeah, some days I'm like, oh, it shut back off again. Okay. And then I wake up and I'm getting those like overnight sales. Like, you remember when we used to have
when
those?
You wake up and it's like Christmas morning?
Yeah, they're back.
Yes.
Woo-hoo. So a while back, I used to set with Libby a goal and then a wow goal for my sales, for what my payout is from her each week. And I forgot about that because it's been a year plus since we were really focused on that. But it dawned on me yesterday when I got my payout, holy moly, I blew my wow goal apart. And then when I thought about it, I'm like, I've actually blown away my wow goal several times in the last month or so. Like, I need to pay attention to that and celebrate, right? Like, those are those wins you need to celebrate.
Yeah.
And you get so busy, you forget about these things. And I was like, wait a minute. Woohoo! Let me have a party then.
For those of you that don't know, Molly works for Libby. Molly lists things in Libby's store, and then Libby pays her out for the things that she listed and sold. So that's when she talks about her payout. That's what she's talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I'm happy. Molly's happy. It's all good. I still have quite a ways to go to get to the yearly goal that I set for the store. So, but
we're working on it. We're working on it.
We
need some major milestones in the last few weeks. So you're doing great.
Yeah. We both have been, and it's showing. Yeah. Hey, pivot. Okay, so I want to apologize first of all because I'm noticing my screen is wobbling. I am recording from my iPad, and this is what I wanted to tell you guys. Pivot. You know when crud happens in your business and it throws you for a loop? And you got to pivot. Well, I'm in the middle of one of those. And for about 3 hours last week, I thought the world was coming to an end because my ride or die laptop that I do everything on, it is the video editing beast. It does it all. This is my Mac Daddy MacBook Pro that I love. It died, right? So my internet...
you killed it. Let's not just say it died.
It died.
Let's be fair here. All right.
Died.
Okay.
Things happen when you dump a bottle of water on top of it.
So, and this was the exact piece of water that was in the bag when it spilled over.
Yeah, it just died. I don't know what happened to it. Anyway, it just stopped working.
We're gonna brush over all that anyway. So my baby was not working, and then my iMac that I use, the internet is not connecting well. So all of my devices are like dying on me or screwing up on me. And I went for about 3 hours where I was just mad at the world. Like, I can't get anything done. You know, we all get those moments where it's like your printer doesn't work and it throws you for a loop. And then I realized, what am I doing? Okay, so I can't do that. Pivot, girl. Get your phone out and list like no other. Because that was something
holy cow.
Right? That was something I could control. So I had to go through that mental mindset change, which I learned a lot about in our mastermind and our motivation in minutes and the time that we spend with our people, it's so good because it really helps me in those moments where a year and a half ago, when we didn't have this awesome community, I might have spiraled for 24, 48, 72 hours. I might have just gotten pretty much nothing done.
Until the next Monday, for sure.
Right, because everything starts on a Monday. If y'all don't know
Everything
that
starts
about me.
over on Monday.
Monday's a fresh start in my book. But because of this community and because of all of us and the wonderful people we have, my debacle only lasted so long. And then I got into this moment of, what am I doing? I can't sit here and pout like a 2-year-old petulant child. There is still stuff that I can get done and be productive. And so I did. I just altered and I got that phone out and I got the iPad out and I thought, I am going to list. And I talked to the girls about the things that are going to kind of have to be pushed to the side until the computer comes back. And we adjusted, and I've been listing and shipping and doing things like crazy. So I just want to throw that out there, y'all. When you get into those moments, don't let your world crumble. There's always something you can figure out and pivot and do.
I am so incredibly proud of you. Like, words do not express like literally how proud I am of you for doing that, because I know the old Molly and I know that was not something that this never would have happened. And it's just amazing to me.
I would have walked out of the house, gotten a Starbucks and gone to Target and Home Goods and spent my day spending money on stuff I didn't need, right? I'd have been like, well, there goes work for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. So I wanted to throw that out there because that has been my what I've been dealing with this week. And I just love that the pivot was made and I've been listing like no other. And Nick has been home and he's been working like crazy on my business. And even said yesterday, oh my gosh, I just love doing this so much. So he says that he's like, it's like I'm retired. We've been together all these days and we've been working. This is what it's going to be like when I retire and we're doing our business together all the time. So yeah, it was fun stuff. And he's back to work today though.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Aww.
So, one of the things, like, and this has been a repeated thing, and when we do our reseller reset on Sunday nights in our Patreon, where we do our schedules, when we do our mastermind, like these hurdles, we all have them. We all have them. And something about just that camaraderie and like, you know what, it's going to be okay. You can pivot, things aren't going to, you're not going to let things fall apart. You are, a business owner, and you're going to figure it out.
Samantha just talked one of our members off a ledge this morning in Motivation in Minutes and just said, wait a minute, think about all these wonderful things you've got going that you've done, and totally changed her mindset in a matter of 3 sentences. And she was like, oh my gosh, you're right. Thank you. Like,
because that's the other side of it, is having somebody to kind of pull you. We all can get in those cycles. Like you said,
everybody does.
This day's gone. Now tomorrow's gone. And it snowballs of like, well, I can't accomplish this, so I guess I won't do that or that or that either. And you just get into that mindset, and having other people, when you're able to, first of all, to let all of that out and be able to dump that on people that understand. I mean, it's a safe place. We're not full of negativity, but it is a safe place to say, oh my gosh, my computer crashed and now I can't do this. And how am I supposed to list? And being able to just let it all out, because most of the people in our lives don't understand what any of that even means. They'll just look at us like, what? So being able to get it all out. And then when the rest of us come in and say, okay, you got that out. That sucks. We get it. Why can't you keep listing? Why don't you do it like this? Or have you tried to do it like this? Or how about you do? And then you have all these ideas, which I love you, Vanessa. Sometimes I throw out ideas and I absolutely love watching your mind work. And then you don't even take any of the ideas that we threw at you, but you always come up with your own. And I love that part. She's always like, I could do this instead. And we're like, yeah, I don't know how you got to that, but yeah, you could.
Totally awesome. Go for it.
And that's what I love, being able to dump it all out and then shift and move on and find a way to do better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes
whether
you just need to let it out.
accidentally pour water in your Louis on your computer, or you have medical issues or dog issues, or you're traveling, or we got your back.
Mm-hmm.
You can get
Like
through all of it.
last Molly, you're this is the Molly show for a second here, because last week you had something happen where you didn't charge enough for shipping. There was a zip code issue. It was no big deal, but like you needed to unload, right? And like she calls me and she's like, I just, I lost $20 on shipping.
20 something dollars on shipping. I'm like, how did this happen?
But it was like over $150 item, guys. Like seriously, like let's get some. She did not want perspective. She wanted to unload, and she wanted. So I was like, all like, yeah, it's fine. It's like a really expensive, it's an expensive item, big deal.
And I'm
You
like,
made a
Sally,
mistake. You
Sally
won't make it
Sunshine.
again. Yeah.
I
So
wanted
finally, at the
Sally
end of the
Sunshine.
conversation, I was like, just quit reselling, Molly. You know what? Just, you had a good run. It's over now.
This is not for me.
Libby comes on a call with me and she's like, I just told Molly to quit reselling. I just told her she's obviously not good at it and she might as well just give it up. Like, it's pretty clear. And I'm like, you what?
Yeah.
It was the only thing she was going to be happy with in that moment. And then we laughed our heads off. Yeah.
I know. Then we're laughing. I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm gonna sell cars. I don't know, but I'm done. Like,
but sometimes a $20 thing can really like derail, like something like that can really derail you if you don't have people to pull you back in.
Yeah. Well, and I was trying to figure out the why, like how did it happen? Because surely I didn't make a mistake. Yes, I did. Surely eBay messed up somewhere because I didn't make a. Oh, I guess I kind of did make a mistake. Oops. Yeah. I wanted to blame somebody. I wanted my $20. Listen to this. I sound so cheap. I'm like, how did this happen?
It's true though. I'm glad it was something that where you could still absorb that though, because I mean, we've also made mistakes where we're in the negative then on that item. So I almost gave myself a heart attack the other day. So we've been talking about small sales and how eBay is alive, but like it's a lot of small sales, which is still ringing true. However, I sold a very large item, not necessarily large money wise, but it was a large, huge item, and it was in my garage. And when I sold it, I accepted an offer, $300 plus my like large shipping, which I think is set at like $25 or whatever. And when it's over $25, I just take it out of the price because they're usually higher dollar items. So it's whatever. Well, I had been a little overzealous when I entered the measurements into eBay. So I had it as like a 30 by 30 by 30 package, and it weighed like 80 pounds. And when the shipping estimate came up, it was going to cost $300 to ship it. And I freaked and thought I was going to have to cancel the order. And then my husband actually brought the item in, which was this truck seat, center console for an F350, 550, whatever, which was a consignment item that was consigned with me.
You're an everything seller when
you sell a truck seat.
You sell a truck.
Yeah, and then we did the actual measurements and weighed it and stuff, and it only cost $70 to ship, which was way. If I had known that at first, I'd probably been like, oh, $70. But when I thought it was going to be $300, $70 was great.
Right?
Great.
Woo. Yeah.
So that was our, my shipping manager was glad that I was home for this because he just kept staring at it. Like, what are we? He grabbed the heaviest piece of cardboard he could find and just, he flopped it underneath and he's like, we'll start with that. Work your magic. There you go. And so we got it done.
Look at that. Frankenboxing. That's a great
Frankenbox. We had to cover a lot of things on the outside. I'm glad UPS doesn't really care about the things on the outside.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's hideous. But,
it's hideous.
but it's gonna work.
It'll get there.
I definitely would have cried shipping that. I don't know what it is. Very few things make me cry, but like I do get utterly frustrated with large items that I have to Frankenbox. Like
I love it.
It frustrates me to no end.
Challenge.
Yeah,
Bill, on the other hand, Bill was looking at it and he was like, he literally just threw that thing of cardboard underneath and he grabbed a bunch of huge boxes that he had in the garage because I don't keep them for shipping normally. And he goes, well, here you have materials. Like, what are we doing? But then once I say, okay, cut along this seam, cut along that seam, we'll fold it up here, he just jumps in and does most of the packaging anyways. So he gets it done under pressure. He can do it.
All right. Good to know. That's a good awesome shipping manager right there, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good shipping manager. Well, that was, see, we're making things happen when things look scary. We make it happen. It's all about mindset.
A whole episode about mindset. And we were just doing our intro. What the heck?
Yeah, that was our intro because we need to talk about Etsy, y'all, because now that Nick is Mr. Cross Lister, we had yesterday for the first day shipped out something from every platform except Depop. That's right, Depop. I'm calling out to you. Every platform. I sold on Etsy. I sold on Shopify. Yes. I sold on all of those. So and we did some changing in Etsy because we learned from our Come Learn With Us more about Etsy. I think it's time we talk about this, friends.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get into Etsy. Why do we sell on Etsy? What is it? You know, most people know. So it's either handmade items or vintage items. Vintage are considered 20 years old. They have a pretty good 20 years or older. They have a pretty good customer base. People tend to spend a little more on Etsy than they do. Like Samantha prices her things higher on Etsy than she does on eBay. And you use ListPerfectly to manage that.
Yep.
I use Vendu to manage that, but my items are priced the same. However, I do not offer free shipping on Etsy, where I offer free shipping on a lot of things on eBay. So it is actually a little bit higher. It is a publicly traded company. It's an American company, even though the billing comes from Ireland. It is an American company. It is traded publicly. And yeah, all right. So those are the basics.
Best commercials.
And they have the best commercials and advertising. Yes.
I think eBay's commercials are starting to be up there with
They are. They're catching up. Yeah.
They're doing pretty good with the fashionable, funky, and like showcasing sellers and stuff. More than just eBay Motors. And as someone who sells eBay Motors, that was still really annoying.
Or more than just car parts.
Yeah. So why would somebody want to, why do we sell on Etsy? Why do you sell on Etsy, Samantha?
Well, I mean, I started a year ago, and I started because I had a consignment that was like this time capsule of a home. This person was bringing me all vintage items. Nobody touched anything in this house for like 20 years. So literally everything she brought me was vintage. And I had talked to some other resellers and they're like, you need to put this stuff on Etsy. You need to do it. You need to do it. And I remember Etsy being really scary. Like when I did it years ago, I had dabbled in it a couple different times and it seemed very complicated. And
it was.
And yeah,
it was.
But last year I had our friend Dawn help me set it up. And then a few months later, I actually dove in and started doing it. I love listing that stuff there. It's so good. It's what it's for. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fees are low. However, it is one of the platforms it does cost to list. You pay 20 cents a listing for 3 months.
4 months, I think.
4 months?
Yeah, I think they do it.
Yeah, my bad.
They do it
yeah.
Trimesters.
Yeah. So it does cost to list. So the other thing they added that really there was some controversy about, but Samantha, I like your take on it. If you are new to Etsy, tell them about the fee.
Yeah. So there is a sign-on fee of $15. So when you're going in to make your account on Etsy now, they will charge you $15. I love this though, because there's no scammers. There's not people that are going to go on and pay $15 just to have their account removed a couple hours later because they got caught scamming and sending too many messages. So we used to get a lot of messages on Etsy. And if you don't respond within so many hours, you actually get dinged on Etsy. They want you to have like, not dinged, but like you don't get their star seller badge or whatever. So you'd have to either respond to them or report them or go through this whole process. And now I only get messages from actual people that are actually buying my items because they had to pay to make their account. And that one-time $15 is not a lot in the grand scheme of things.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. So those are some fees. Etsy is by far the best platform if you do custom items. eBay has a program where they do, but I do not do custom items, but I've spoke with a lot of people that do. It's clunky and it's not that straightforward. Etsy is the place you want to be. I think if you're doing custom items, they do like downloadables, things like that as well. So it's pretty versatile in that respect. I personally don't sell handmade items. Oh no, you know what? That is not true. I sold Emma and I sold some painted things back when I had Refab West. And we painted furniture and small home goods. We sold them on there. But generally now, most of what we do is vintage on Etsy. You do not have to choose. If you are an old Etsy user, you used to have to choose. I'm either going to sell vintage or I'm going to sell, handmade or, custom items. You don't have to choose now. You can easily do both. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have vendors, crafters that consign with me. We have a little bit different terms than my normal consigners, but they will bring me their handmade stuff and I can list those at the same time that I'm listing all the vintage things. And yeah, it's just a couple different boxes that you check when you're listing. That's it.
Yeah. So I would encourage it if you're, set up to cross list. If you're ready, we always say, get one platform nailed down, know it inside and out before you branch out and try to do other things. So if you're on, please get that nailed down. It will make Etsy so much easier when you're ready for that transition. If you don't know if you're ready, please reach out to us. Join our free Patreon, the free Patreon, or join a paid. We can help you make that decision and make it in a smart manner. We've been there, we've done it.
Yeah.
And
we've learned.
The other thing I love about Etsy is a lot of their stuff is similar to eBay. So if you learn eBay, which is what we recommend as the first one, if you have the opportunity to learn eBay, nail that one. Their business policies and shipping policies and things like that are very similar when you go over to Etsy, the same verbiage, and it's just a very similar style. It makes it really easy to do both of them.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, so this gives you an overview of Etsy and why we like it and why and how we use it. Now, I want to talk about our Come Learn With Us, because this is a new addition to the world of consignment chats. Because when we go into our mastermind meetings, there's certain topics that come up that we want to do a deep dive on. And from that, we birthed Come Learn With Us, which is now something that we're going to do periodically to really deep dive into a topic. So right now, we just did our first one with Etsy. And I want us to talk about that, talk about what we did in there. But I want to start by talking about how wonderful it is that it was a safe space for all of us in the business to come together in a safe space to ask the questions that maybe you feared to ask, but share your screens, talk about your individual businesses, and learn and grow. So there's my little intro into that part. I want us to break down all
and we've been asked several times if it was recorded. We absolutely intentionally do not record any of the we will not be recording any of the Come Learn With Us because we are sharing sensitive information about our business and we want everybody to feel, open to share or not intimidated in any way. So we'll answer that right up front.
Yeah, Absolutely. And not only was it, we were sharing sensitive information. I mean, it was awesome because I would share a screen and say, oh, look what this tab has. And we'd go through it. And then somebody would say, wait, I want to set that up too. And they would share their screen. And it didn't matter. Like we spent hours in there. We were in there for, I think, over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because if that person wanted to share their screen and set it up, cool. Who's next? Oh, you want to share your screen and set yours up too? We may have been doing the same thing 4 times, but we weren't rushed. It wasn't, it was just perfect that everybody got to spend the time that they wanted to go through their policies and ask questions. And yeah, we literally holding each other's hands.
So much fun, right?
Well, also we went into it not as experts because I mean, of the 3 of us, I've actually been on Etsy the longest as of right now. I started selling on it last October, like full time. And then you guys joined this year again to get back into it. And we were just going to click on stuff and answer questions, ask questions, share screens, like, and it worked out so good because somebody would ask a question and somebody else would have the answer, or, hey, I think it's in this tab. And we would just explore together and learn together. And I love
hence the title, Come Learn with Us, not from us, but with us. Together we were learning. And it was a beautiful thing. So beautiful that we're doing it again this week.
Yes, we have
Level
another
2.
one on Thursday.
All right, I want to talk about what we learned because Samantha, you brought some stuff up and shared your screen that we all went through, and I was like, I didn't know that Etsy. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So I had been curious about the Etsy ads. So we went into the marketing tab on the left side of our Etsy, and just that first click into marketing, Etsy ads is at the top. And then I was like, wait, you can run sales on Etsy? What? So then we were all setting up sales, and there are so many different ways to run promotions and put coupons in there that, I mean, we didn't realize.
I just need to throw this in here. We were setting up sales while we were doing this together, so much so that Libby set up a sale in our store, and literally by the end, I sold an item. I was like, oh, you just sold this for me at 20%. Sweet.
I may have been a little overzealous with my sales, and within a few days, I was kind of mad that I had set up the sale because it was working so well. And I was like, wait, why is everybody getting thing at a discount? This is ridiculous. But yeah, so there's tons of ways to do sales. We played around with, like I said, the ads. The ads are kind of just something when you set up your booth or your store initially. I don't remember if it like automatically opts you into some of it or if it's something that you click and don't really know what they're talking about. But we dove back into that. Some of us, like myself, took off the ads, the offsite ads, and we're experimenting with that, which is why we're doing another one this week, because it's been 3 weeks since our last one. And we all want to compare notes of like, okay, I took off ads, but I ran a sale. How were my sales compared to last time? And do that kind of thing. Also, my sale was a higher percentage than the ads I was running before. So I don't know. I don't think I did it right. But
so I didn't even know that I was automatically opted into Etsy ads and I was paying for the offsite ads. I didn't even know that. I didn't realize. I should have now looking back, but it wasn't totally obvious. I thought, well, I never opted into that. Well, guess what? You're automatically opted in, and I was paying those ad fees, and I'm going to continue to pay those ad fees because I think I'm the other half of the experiment. Samantha turned it off. I'm leaving it on, along with some other people. So we're going to do a little comparison.
Yeah. And again, it's that safe space, not recorded. We are all sharing our dashboards and sharing numbers and, you know, how much we spent on fees compared to the other person so that we can have this real data and not just something that somebody's like, yeah, I mean, like I did better. It was great. Or I lost.
Nothing makes me nuts and say, oh yeah, I'm doing great on Etsy. Well, I need to know what great actually is to you. I'm sorry.
What does that mean? Yes.
And y'all, this is why Libby runs the business part of our business, and I just list with us because I'm the one that goes, yeah, things are going great.
Well, I mean, that's the thing we hear all the time in the reselling world, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm crushing it on Facebook Marketplace. Well, not in a judgy way, but like, what does crushing it actually mean to that, mean to that
Right.
person, and then everybody's like, all right, well, Facebook Marketplace is back. It's doing really well. And because they heard from one person, and then it's like this whole big thing. And you're like, wait a second, let's go back to the source and actually figure this out.
Let's break it down.
Turns out they only sold 2 items this year, and but they discovered a really cool group on Facebook that's doing well for them, but only available in their zip code. So yes. So it is a very an awesome space where we are very open. And I mean, I'm going to start this week's Come Learn With Us telling everybody that for the first I'm going to have to look at the numbers, but by the first 3, 4, 5 days, I didn't make any sales after we did the Come Learn With Us on Etsy. And I was like, shoot, why did I shut my ads off? Oh my God, I made a terrible decision. And then, I don't know, that sale hit and people started buying a bunch of stuff. And then I was like, shoot, why did I mark everything in my store on sale?
We're going to work this together and find the perfect balance for each individual store, because that's one of the other things we love is that we treat each one of us in our community based on your business, not our business or her business or his business. We help people set up what is best for their individual business. And that's what we're going to figure out this week. And Come Learn With Us Etsy 2.0.
Yes. So excited.
So we'll have to regroup on this on another episode and kind of let people give a overview of how it came out.
Because even in this marketing tab that I just clicked on, we went through ads, we went through sales, discounts, all that. We never touched really on linking it to your social media or the custom web address you can get through there, or the growth tips that they give you on how to build trust with your buyer. There's still so much in here we need to explore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's going to be a Come Learn With Us Etsy 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, 4.0. So if this is something you're interested in, or even a whole nother topic that you want to be a part of a Come Learn With Us, come on over and join us on our Patreon, because that is where we're getting this stuff done, y'all.
Yeah, and that's our community suggests it, and we see where people want to go and what they want. That was a community, a member suggestion.
Yeah.
And
here we have it.
We listen.
We do. Always, sometimes. Most of the time, always.
Okay.
So we'll come back and give another update after this week's meeting and kind of let you know, is there a third part of it, or did we master it? And we'll give a little overview on our next episode.
And better yet, hop in and join us.
Yeah, you can come.
Hop in and join us. If you can't make it, or you're still scared about Patreon, which you shouldn't be, it's awesome. We now have 24-hour networking in there, co-working room.
Oh, yeah.
So we have lots of fun stuff over there. Lots of constant networking, and you can pop into a room and ask people questions and all that. But if that still is scary, I totally get it. Put your questions, your Etsy questions and things below, and we can always do a quick tutorial as well as we learn about this stuff, and we can pop things up to answer your questions. I love seeing questions and then making a quick video about them.
It's so much fun. You do good with those too. Yeah. I like it. And I want to throw out to y'all, because we are passionate about this. Little advertisement about our Patreon. We keep our prices attainable for small businesses. We do not do a Patreon where we're asking hundreds of dollars a month for you to do X, Y, and Z. We made it our mission to keep our prices low so that the small business owner or the person just starting out can work into an affordable way to get the support in the community that they need for their business. So don't be scared. Go on there, join the free at the very least, but take a peek at the different ones. And the beautiful thing is we have people that will do the high level for a month or two to get one-on-three, consultation, and then they'll drop back down to one of the lower levels. You can bump all around that as your needs suit. So take a look.
It's cheaper to join our highest level and do all of the things with us than to get just one coaching session with us. So
yes.
Go join the high level and do it all.
Do all the things. Do all the things.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things I worry about with the pricing is like people think maybe they're not going to get enough value because the price is so low. So it's kind of like this push-pull kind of thing. And I think I love that, Molly, you said the reason our prices are so low is because we want to help you grow your reselling business. Yeah. We want every reseller, we want to make this attainable. We want you to be able to support this with your business, even if you're just starting. We want to help you grow and get the value. And is it worth more? Yeah, we should charge a lot more for what you
we're
get.
We're doing everything aside from giving our firstborn to you. I mean, we literally are giving you so much. It's crazy cake sometimes when I look at our schedule and go, holy moly.
Well, and when we tell other resellers and stuff too, like other people that interview us or do things, and when we were talking to Nashville Flipper, he was like, what? You give all that for $20? Like what?
What?
Yeah.
It's our goal to make it attainable. And my other soapbox I like to get on is we are not the people that are going to sit here and say, you need to do your business like I do my business. We not only want you to be able to afford this within your business, but we, as I said earlier, help you build your business for your mission, not my mission, not Samantha or Libby's mission, but what your vision is for your business and where it's going and what you want your business to be. Because there are a lot of people out there giving a lot of advice, and people take it when it's not really the right fit for their business. And we're here to help you learn and grow in what's right for your business and think those things through. All right, enough of that plug, y'all.
No, I got one more. You can't end the episode. That's just not how it works. You're not allowed to just end things gracefully.
I don't know why they call me the moderator.
I have like 10 more things after Samantha. No, I don't. Go ahead. I'm just kidding.
So Patreon offers gift subscriptions. And I actually went through the process last night and bought one of my friends a gift subscription. You can do a year, a month, a couple months. So I went on and you can select the tier you want. I purchased 2 months worth, and then they give you a link that you can just text them or message them or what, and they have a couple months to use it. And then it expires after, I think, 3 months or something if they don't use it. But yeah, it was so easy to go through. So if you're watching this and you're like, I would love Patreon, but like it's the holidays, it can be part of your holidays. You just have to tell the people to go over and get it for you.
Like, are you one of those people that are like, I don't know what to get? People don't know what to get me. I'm a reseller. I have access to everything. I don't need anything. Guess what you need?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
You need that and some swag and a coloring book. And you'll be just fine. All right, Libby, you had 10 other things to say before I close us out?
No, I just want to say I'm so grateful for you ladies and everybody that listens to us.
Because we do what we love. We love reselling.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one. I can't wait. I got to order my swag.
I love it so much. I think this one's my favorite.
If you're listening on podcast, Samantha's popping up pictures of the new swag we have in our store. So
I love it.
Yes.
Don't judge it. Just list it.
Thank you, Shar.
Yeah. Maybe even on Etsy after you listen to this episode.
Right?
Right.
All right, y'all. We'll be back next week. Might have you a little Etsy update. Can't wait to tell you how this week goes for us. Will there be spilled water? Will there be broken electronics? What?
God, I hope not. I have a lot of gifts over here.
You never know with the three of us what we're going to bring to the table. All right. Until next time, are you going to cheer with all three of those cups, Samantha?
Cheers!
Careful! Thank you for joining Libby, Molly, and Samantha, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we grow your reselling business. For all things Consignment Chats, visit us at consignmentchats.com and join our free private communities on Facebook and/or Patreon.